Turn down the music. Turn down the music and enjoy the win from yesterday still. Because when you look ahead, it looks like Anfield. Look ahead, it looks like Anfield, and Anfield is nothing to smile at. Anfield is nothing to joke about. It's a serious place to go, you know. It's a mammoth of a test. If you can go there and get a win, it's a massive statement. I remember last year when Nuno and his Nottingham Forest side went to Anfield and won. All of a sudden, them men found themselves in third place for the majority of the season. Even though they fell off at the end, which was expected, it was that win at Anfield, that 1-0, that Callum Joy finish that really set Forest up for a fantastic season. It was that goal, it was that performance that made Nottingham Forest. Big up Simone, big up to Bluebird and the Latvian Gooner checking in. Well done. It was that goal at Nottingham Forest went to Anfield and won that made Wolfie a household name in football YouTube spaces. Because all of a sudden, Palace burst onto the scene. And after like 4 or 5 weeks sitting in third place, people are like, wait a minute, do we need to give Forest some credit? Because Nuno is a respected manager. He did wonders at Wolves. Had a bad deal at Spurs. But when they broke onto the scene, the people took notice of Forest because of a win at Anfield. So now Arsenal did a professional performance at home versus Leeds, as you should. Don't want to say a professional performance, but a must-win away to start the season that Man United went there and got a clean sheet and handled your business. Fair enough. But Anfield, my people, Anfield, my friends, Anfield, my football family, is a whole new kettle of fish. Not many people in there. Not even Manchester City in their pump. Couldn't go there and win. Big up to Sabi Pinky. Hope you are well. Hope you have some fantastic weather out there on the East Coast, as well as Dr. Seymour Butts, journeyman, proctologist, thesis published. Haven't read that yet, my bro, but I can't wait to indulge in your research. Big up to Gary. Hope you are well, people. Gary from Don't Waste the Trip. Yes, sir, it's Anfield, my brother. It is Anfield. But before we get to Anfield, big up to Static in the building as well. It's a completely different story. It's a mad one. Now, on yesterday's stream, I'm like, there's a lot riding on tomorrow's game at St. James's Park, you know, because as Arsenal fans, we have a lot of chess. We have a lot of chess right now as Arsenal fans. Sorry, my internet went out there for a second. However, should Liverpool go to St. James's Park tomorrow and put 4 or 5 past them, all of a sudden my chest is going back in. It's gonna be a whole nother shit. You know, putting 5 past Leeds and putting 5 past Newcastle at Newcastle will make different statements. Now I don't think that's gonna happen. I predicted a cheeky 1-0 Liverpool win, but there's a lot riding on tomorrow's game. We've had 2 extra days of rest. We play Saturday, they play Monday. We meet again on Sunday. Will that work for us? It might, because we picked up a couple of knocks yesterday. People knocks. There aren't any reports, to my knowledge, yet to the extent of Bukayo Saka's injury, but it's a massive one. And big up to Şengün, because Şengün has been concerned about this for a long time, saying that we rushed him back for Real Madrid. We rushed him back last year while we had Ethan. Overplayed him. Have we been begging him to get rest for the past couple of seasons? And we'll get more into that in just a second, people. But let me just get in here and big up some of these legends in the chat that's locked in already. Alvin said, mad work rate from BBK Sports. The work has to be done, my brother. You know, work has to be done. We'll sleep when we die. Blueberry is here. Big up to Boy 10. I think we're winning the league, bro. Oh shit. Boy 10 with the chest. I'm here for it. And I love that I could read this statement and it doesn't sound crazy. I love that I can read this statement and don't have to say, man, Boy 10 sound delusional. It's the hope is there. The squad is there. But the tax of that guy, I'm not even going to mention his name this morning, coming off the back of I'm not going to mention his name in a negative light, coming off the back of a 5-0 win. But it rhymes with Brickell, the Brickell tax. Big up Simone. Hope you had a lovely flight back to the city that never sleeps, the great city of New York City. Thank you for coming to visit us out here on the Pacific Northwest. Big up to the Latvian Gooner, Sabi Pinky, Dr. Seymour Butts, Gary, yeah, and like Static, mod of the mods. Maybe we can correct this. A completely different story. And I hope they are ready. I hope they are ready for this type of challenge. My Northampton Town team, Exeter City 2, Exeter City win yesterday. Is that League 2? Is that League 2 or League 1? I'm not even sure what division Leicester plays in right now, but big up to you and congrats on your win. The pigeon chest. The pigeon chest, he said. Yeah, the pigeon chest. I think Sheldon took a swipe at me yesterday. Man said BBK went from bodybuilder chest to a BBL if Liverpool put out a mad performance. Big up to my bro, the Waffle Don in the building. The scans are tomorrow, apparently, for both. I think Odegaard will be fine. He fell, you know what I mean? He was a contact injury. It's the star boy that we're worried about. We're very worried about the star boy. It's that Arsenal won't win the league if they can lead by 8 points or more and hold on to that. With a few games to go before the end of the season, then Arsenal can win. Until that happens, it's unlikely. So here's the thing, all right, Static, and I hear that point, but to that point, I'll say, I wish we had picked up a cup or something during those 3 failed title charges, because that would give me more confidence in going into this season that the boys can actually overcome any kind of adversity, actually get over the line. But the fact that we didn't win any other trophies during 3 failed title charges gives me pause. I'm not gonna lie. Get well soon, Saka and Odegaard. Yeah, I think Odegaard will be fine. Big up to my bro, the Waffle Don in the building, as they can beat the army. I'm a train tax. Yeah, but and yeah, he can. The players have to overperform. For us to overcome those 2 teams that we're challenging against, because those other 2 teams have better managers. And dare I say, have had a better transfer window. And our transfer window has gotten better. How I rate our transfer window. I've been consistent with it. This is what I rate it as. This is how I look at it, so to speak. So we had 2 additions now, major additions to our starting 11. We had a replacement for our departing TP5. We added some depth and a couple of outgoings. So, it's one of them ones. And it's 2-0 to Everton. Garner with the goal. Big up to them. Everton cooking in their new stadium already. Sheesh, man. Then we got Eze. Was I dreaming? Now we got Eberici, man. We have him. We got him. And more to follow on Eze in a second. But yeah, now people, just to touch on the injuries that they said. Big up to Chris Welch in the building. I hope you are good. What a goal for Everton. Let me look up and see what's up. It was a Jack Grealish goal for the first one. That was well done. The Jack Grealish assist with the switch. Jack Grealish with 2 touches. Looks back, passes it back, and whacks it. Dang, yeah, it's a good goal. I think that Brighton goalkeeper is in my damn fantasy team. And he looks like he's about to have a mare today. Oh my god! But yeah, big up to Chris Welsh. Hope you are good. Well, I hope you are. I got you winning 1-1 tomorrow, my bro. But well, I hope I have you winning 1-0 tomorrow. But I'll take a draw. I'll take a draw. LFC Monster was in here yesterday praying for a 1-1 Arsenal leads. I'm praying for a 1-1 uh, Newcastle tomorrow, but I think you man will do them. To be fair, what it goes for Everton says BX Gunner. Big up to BX Gunner all the time, man. Chris Wells says, I said 4-0 Arsenal leads. I was really shocked. You're supposed to be cannon fodder. Yeah, man. Four. You were sitting on that 4 for a minute and that pen. The guy that wins the pens, Max Diamond. Supermax. We get on to Supermax here in a second as well. What? Oh, yeah. Grealish with 2 assists. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Grealish with the 2 assists. I got to put him in my fantasy team next week. If he's affordable, he should be cheap. Grealish should not be more than 8 million on FFP right now. Road to 900 sub. Make sure you hit the waffle down. Anfield the Red. What you saying, G? Hope you are well. Good luck tomorrow, or not, or not. I'm praying for a stinker from the Reds. Vigilante, big up to you, man. Godfrey, BBK All Star in the building, all the way from South Africa. What you saying, Godfrey? Godfrey, man. Big up to Godfrey every single time. What a legend. Salah versus Eze, aka versus Trophy guy. Chiesa versus Gakpo versus Eze. We will talk. We will talk Anfield the Red, but I opened up the show by saying Anfield away is no small task. We can't go there with the we must not lose, must not lose. Somehow we have to find a way to get away with 3 points somehow. Even if it's a stinky 1-0 like Forest last year, like we did at Old Trafford last week, don't care. Something has to give. Boy 10 say, yeah, Martin Odegaard 8. M8, if Arteta goof it this season with a young Eze and Saka, Saliba, Magalhaes, Timber, Rice, Libermandy, and the Highlanders in the mix, he is goofing. And that's the tax, Boy 10. That's the tax that we speak of. It's real. It exists. It's there. It is there. Some more dappings going on. The link for Vigilante. Vigilante talks football. Vigilante is a gamer, people. If you are into both, make sure you go over there and show AFC Vigilante some love. He is a top guy. Never a top gooner. He is a top guy. Sweet Cherry said, good morning, BBK and everyone. Sweet Cherry with the brightest smile and a low profile pic there. Hope you are well, girl. Thank you for checking in to BBK Sports. Some more dappings going on. Yucharest loves snow trophy celebration. Yucharest has the coldest celebration in all of sports, bro. That's why people are hating on him. And I love the shit house you man talking about. Oh, man talking about me flicking my hair. Watch me. That's how we know. We know these men watch the socials. We know these men hear the noise, When they say they block it out, nah, they hear it. So, the people with the big, massive platforms have a responsibility when they speak about certain players, because it will get to them. Tiny little BBK Sports, we can speak freely. This will get to no one. This will stay in the community. This is a family meeting. Yeah, but he hears it. But he has the coldest celebration in all of sports. No cap. You can't even cap. Hope Liverpool lose. Yeah, I'm hoping they don't leave there with 3 points. You know what I'm saying? 6.5. Okay, I might have to move him. Yeah, I might have to get him in. But then again, if you get caught up, and Latvian Gunner is new to the FPL. If you get caught up in picking the guy that was hot this week, and then throw him in your team for next week, it's a very risky strategy, because man will do 2 assists this week, and then go the next 8 games, duds. You have to take into account the opposition, the occasion, and all this stuff. This is the very first game I think they're playing in this new stadium, so it was always going to be up for it. I see Forest, Crystal Palace, tied 1-1 again. Anfield the Reds say move that you yeah, you get for a chance of winning La Liga. It's not moving. That's the dream, Anfield the Red. That's the aspiration. That's the trophy we aspire to win. I'm gonna look at you. You can look at the UCL. You know, you just can't touch it until you've won it. So when we won it, when we win it, or we win the Premier League, there will be a replica here of it. I can have it and show. But I'm gonna look at it every day and say that's the one we need to get. The big ears. Um, negative 1 points. What? Yeah, I think when it gets to 90 minutes, he'll level out to at least 0 or a 1. We had Malik Fofana and the left back. I think we could win the league. Or do we think MLS will stay at left back, a ball carrying 8 option, and the backup striker off the bench will be nice too? Yeah, I don't think we're getting a left back, man. I definitely think our window is closed now. Maybe a deadline day loan, but there is no more big splash. So I do see Arteta in the press conference saying this is why it's important to be prepared and have a big squad, XYZ. Yeah, that is true, and we do agree with that. But as a manager, you know, it's incumbent upon you to make sure you manage the minutes for these players and don't run them into the ground. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of, let me see what Chris Wells got. Chris Wells says, I reckon we win 2-1 at Newcastle. They will definitely score with their wingers running behind us. Okay. Fair. I hope they score theirs and you miss all of yours. It's a little bit of morning banter, man, from my side, but big up to Chris Wells every single time. Now, speaking of flogging and people, like we all knew Saka was overplayed. Every rival, everyone who watches Arsenal, people who hate Arsenal, they tell me, man, I hate your club. I hate your fans. We really like Saka. He's a good lad. He's a good player. You know, we don't hate the Arsenal players. We just hate the fans and the club. And them man would tell me, the boy needs to rest. The boy needs to rest. He's being overplayed. And then I go back and I look at the amount of games that he played in 2019, 2020. He played 38 games. He was 18 years old then. Then the following season, 46 games. And these are just club games. We're not talking about when he broke into the England squad, putting in crazy minutes. Some of these are meaningless friendlies, by the way. This is before, some of these are before the Nations League even started, when the boy was being flogged for club and country. Then the following season, 21-22, is when they really start saying that he was being overplayed. He played 43 games that year for club. And you can add another 8 in there for country. 22-23, the first failed title charge, when he was limping off the pitch. Limping off the pitch between, I want to say, between March, April, May. Limping off, 87th minute, game 1. He's limping off. Played 48 games that year. Then the following season, 23-24, 47 games that year for club. And probably another 12 for country. And last year, 37 games. And he was out for 4 months. Tears his hamstring and still musters up. Tears his hamstring in December 21st against Crystal Palace. The date is stuck in my head. So this is like, part of this is management. Part of it is bad luck. But part of it is, brother, you have to monitor these minutes. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons of almost 60 games of heavy minutes. In a ball possession team where he gets the shit kicked out of him. So there is some culpability here. He's not off the hook for the manager. Just we're picking up injuries. Like, brother, you have to manage that. Part of being a manager, you have to manage personalities. You have to manage minutes. You know, you have to manage injuries. Dr. Seymour Butts, some div on AFTV yesterday talking about Diamond reminds him of. This is criminal, you know. If he reminds him of Cruyff, that means it was an old geezer, wasn't it? But you know, that's what we do still. You know, man wants to get the clip of the week, innit? Man wants to be the AFTV video of that week, match week, to go viral. Because most of the weekends it's Yardman's video that gets the most views because him and Robbie always going at it. The people who watch AFTV know what AFTV is all about. So when they go on there, in order for their video to shoot to the top, turn into a TikTok reel or Instagram reel, they have to say hyperbolic shit like this. I've heard one not as hyperbolic as this, but I've heard one saying he's better than Wayne Rooney. I'm like, brother, Wayne Rooney was different. As much as it's Wayne Rooney and Cesc, 16-year-olds, 15, 16-year-olds. In the Premier League era, recent memory, it's been them two, and it's in that order as well. Rooney, Cesc, and then the rest. As far as being that good, that young, but the kid is good. The kid is really good, but we're gonna overguess him like we always do. But that's what that's a part of the fan base that we have to accept. Still, we will get the same result as Newcastle or better as Sheldon. We got the Sheldon every single time. Arteta is still stopping Arsenal winning anything. You can have a big transfer window. Big transfer window you want. I stick by my opinion. I mean, hey, fair. Until he proves us wrong, this is a fair take. Right? He's had 6 years, 6 going on 7 seasons and 1 FA Cup. So this is a fair statement. Now you could say that and it's cool, but if I say it, it's no. You're toxic and negative. Shut up, get behind the manager, and that's what it is. But until he changes this narrative, that this statement will always hold water. Big up to Darren in the building. Good boy settings. You're good, Maji. Manners and respect every single time. Alam Hudson the door with the equalizer, yeah? Alrighty. There is the link for Dr. Seymour Butts, people. Make sure you are checked in. Seymour Butts will keep you updated on your politicking. TKA in the building. Big up to TKA every single time. Bad boy Arsenal fan. When I saw Gyökeres do his hair flick on purpose, I was like Lee Gunner in the mud because he was like, the Lee can deny it all he wants. He was going red when it happened. Hair flick, man. You score, you do what you want, innit? That's it. You see, like, the digs that we take at Arteta and take at this player and that player. If you win, you can do whatever the hell you want. If Arteta was winning, no one would care about the light bulbs and the speakers and the pickpockets, and the training in the dark, even though that I'm hearing that wasn't true. And none of the antics, none of it wouldn't matter if he won. So when you score goals, you're a striker, you score goals, you do what the hell you want. No one ever critiques Erling Haaland's celebration, Genie and all that stuff. Do whatever the hell you want when you score. That is your moment. Unless you're down like 5-0 or something. Right? you can't be down 5-0. And you score to make it 5-1 and then you go celebrate. Like, then that is just crazy, criminal, and shameless. Big up to Kwaja, enter in the chat. We got some more dappings going on. What about the person that triple Captain Timber? Yeah, brother. I saw that. Someone triple cap. How? Who the like? Let me big up to the Latvian Guna was saying, who the hell wakes up and said, let me triple captain a right back that's I'm not even sure is gonna start because he's half fit. I did have him in my squad though. Gave me 24 points. I captained Cole Palmer and he did not play. My vice captain did not save it, defaulted to the damn goalkeeper, who's not even playing today. So I don't know what happens if your goalkeeper, if your captain and your voice captain doesn't play. I don't know what happens on FPL. I've never did a mare like that before. People say Rodrigo's agent have met with Arsenal today. I'm smoking that copium. Then I will have goosebumps, Latvian Gunnar. I will be fully goosed out if that happens. Let that start to grow legs. Because if that starts to grow legs, then I want Rodrigo to start making it a difficult situation at Real Madrid. I need him to do an Isak and force a move. I need that. I really need that. Give me some of that copium, Larry. Yeah, and some more dappings going on. I hear it. Yeah, man. Big up to the community, man. All 18 of you locked in. Big up to the silent listeners as well. I think Burton needs to seriously go for Rodrigo. It's a bucket load of hopium, but I think it's mission critical to cover Saka injury and starting left wing. Yeah, and speaking of starting left wing, we're looking forward to Anfield next week, and dare I say, we don't know what the lineup is going to be. The lineup is not as predictable as it once were, and we look at it now and we think that might work to our advantage. Because if you're Liverpool, how do you train? Do you train for expecting a front lineup of Madueke, Gyökeres, and Ethan? Eze in the 10? Or is it Eze left wing, Noni right wing, and Ethan in the 10? Or is it Noni remaining that left wing? Or is it Noni remaining that left wing and Ethan on the right wing? What's he gonna do? Advantage us? Oh. Excuse me. Shit. Allergic to Anfield. Start thinking about Anfield and I start to sneeze. Or is he gonna do the Martinelli thing? Is he gonna do Martinelli left, Gyökeres central, Nani on the right? Because you do know that he likes Martinelli's work rate on that left hand side, right? Our left back, whoever it may be, Lewis Kelly or Calafiori, will need help against Mo Salah. Martinelli provides that help. So, the lineup, I'd love to hear what you men think what the lineup should be going to be. We had a couple people in last night's stream drop their lineup, what they think should be. That gives us the best chance to win at Anfield. And I'm not sure at this point, and that's a good thing, I guess. Big up to Lynch, said big up BBK, Saka above rotation. Hell no. The manager seems to think he is. But if you just pop it in, about 5 minutes ago, I was going over the amount of games he's played since 1920. It's a mammoth amount of games. It seems like he's above rotation. He can walk, he plays. And that's a dangerous. Some players can do this. Like Messi can do it. Not just because Messi did it doesn't mean that what's good for the goose ain't always good for the gander, isn't it? Saka plays around 60 games a year with the Nations League included, not including Euros and World Cup. That's it. Wow, that's too many. It's too many. We see Cole Palmer for the first time in his life playing an extended amount of games. Second game of the season, warm-ups, injured. Injured in August. Cole Palmer hasn't never been an injury-prone player. Kai Havertz has never been an injury-prone player. Iron Man. But Havertz, Saka, and Ben White all injured in the same week. Rotation keeps the camp hungry, yes. And it keeps him fit, Lynch. Keeps him healthy. Like if you men are workout heads or workout junkies, your personal trainer, if you have one, will tell you your rest and recovery time is just important, if not more important than the actual workout itself. Rest and recovery. These men are just being flogged for 60 games a year. Heavy minutes, You can play 60 games a year if you're Trossard, if you're in and out the lineup. But Saka is the first name on the team sheet for club and country. It can be both management and bad luck. There is only so much the body can take. Facts. When the body shuts down, it shuts down. I have personal stories of that. I fell asleep in a convoy one time on a 50 cal machine gun, providing security. When you're up for 48 hours straight, even though you're in an austere environment and your life depends on it, when your body shuts down, you shut down. Big up to Kwaja, man. Big up to Kwaja every single time. You absolute legend. Big up to you, man. Hope you are good. The manager makes the best team that makes the team selection if his selection caused injuries and results are backed due to a lack of rotation. That's all on Arteta. Fair challenge. Smash the likes and subscribe to the channel. Big up to Kwaja, man. Dr. Seymour Brett said, if we get Rodrigo, surely it's the owner saying it's Arteta's last year. Now, when he goes unscathed again, will he go unscathed again without winning the trophy? Nah, he couldn't. Then it's like, the excuse express would be obsolete. You know, there is there is not enough real estate for them to move the goalpost. You know, the money that it would take to get a Rodrigo would figuratively rivet the goalpost to the ground. They won't be able to pick it up and move it anymore. So, if we get a Rodrigo, the message has been sent. Either we're lifting trophies this year, or we'll get someone who can. Because that level of investment definitely, definitely requires a return. Um, what can you expect when AFTV said Havertz reminds them of RBB and Bergkamp? Yeah, same AFTV that said Havertz will get 20 Premier League goals. 20 Premier League goals, not 20 goals in all caps, 20 Premier League goals, something that he's never done in his entire career. The boy didn't score 20 goals in the entire 3 years he was at Chelsea combined. You know them ones. Damanati's 16 yet though. He is proper good. Yeah, he is proper good, man. Proper good. Man was what? Man was 5 or 6 years old when the Emirates was built. Always gasping for clicks. I think yesterday he said everyone should be scared of Gyökeres or something. He said something hyper. You know, it's all about the clicks and the thumbnail, and that's why I said, I hear you, Darren. I hear it, bro. You know, the speakers is good coaching though. Well, we went there and held 4, my bro. So I don't know how good that was. I think we lost the game 4-0. But I know what he was trying to do. But you know, spot on. If we're winning, the light bulb, win the dog, speaker, it would be genius. So Phil Jackson does this, but no one ever laughs at it when Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson is called the Zen master, right? But when you're Phil Jackson and you manage players like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Shaq, Scottie Pippen, these guys are the best of the best of the best. He knows he has the best players. Now, how do you motivate them to play and buy into a system? So Phil Jackson used to use all these crazy methods to motivate these players to play at their level. So no one ever criticizes him for how he motivated them because he won. You know, it would be genius. They would absolute genius. Even the dog. To see more butts, you would be clown girl up in Jamaica with a name like that. So it's like, I'm not even going to tell that story. I'll tell that story a different time. Arteta is a good coach, but a bad manager. And management extends to team selection, squad selection, talent assessment, leadership, the leadership part. I put this in all caps because a lot of people glance over the leadership part, Martin. Organizational decision making, and he's on and off with all of these. Yeah. Inconsistency isn't good leadership. It is not. Even though all the managers do something like this, we're focusing on that. Does not matter. I hear that. Latvian Guna says first indication before he scans apparently Saka and Odegaard injuries are not as bad as fears. They're still unknown whether they'll play against Liverpool. Yeah, they better not play. Like, why would you keep rushing men back? Let him say you got an international break coming up. You sit him at Liverpool. Like Lynn said earlier, is he above rotation? Let the boy sit. Let the boy sit. Arteta. Problem with Arteta is the manager. He has to make the executive decision on the future. He's failed to do so in all of his previous seasons. Yeah, I hear it, boy. 10. These are all fair arguments, and I hear them. I will hear them every day of the week. I am not the Arteta Defense League. I see you men are going through it. Latvian Guna says Jackson also drafted Porzingis when people didn't want to take him that early. Yeah, he did. That's the only good thing he did while he was not GM. He was a consultant for the New York Knicks. I was paid $15 million. be a consultant. But yeah, no one criticizes Phil for his antics. Like if you're a basketball nut and you watch documentaries on Phil Jackson, he did some of the craziest shit. Jackson motivated everyone else. Jordan and Kobe were pure greatness. Yeah, but he still had to get Michael to buy into those teammates. You know, he still had to get Michael to buy into, hey, pass that ball to Steve Kerr, because they know where the ball is going and they're gonna W. You know, love that Mr. Ben. Come on, Danny. Danny is in anybody's fantasy team. Yeah, but yes, people. So, we go to Anfield next week. Like we said, it's a whole nother kettle of fish. Yesterday when I did this show, there was a question in here. I think it was from AJ. Does Max Diamond make the bench today? And I was like, that question in and of itself is annoying to me, because if he played in preseason and he's as good as he is, he should be on bench. The question should be whether or not he's going to play, how many minutes he's going to get. And those questions were answered. Now it begs the question going into next week, you know, well, is he ready for that? Is he ready for Anfield away? I think he is. Whether he could start, nah, probably won't start. But Eze is a must start, is he not? He gets a training session in. He's conditioned. He's not tired. He's match fit. You know, played in the Shield, played against Chelsea. He must start. Is he a left winger, attacking midfielder? Who knows? That's a sticking point. It's a huge sticking point right now between Arsenal fans saying where Eze would best fit into this squad. I just want him on the damn pitch in the attacking third. You know, people were yesterday, pretty much everyone noticed how the pace of the game picked up once Ethan came on. Because we love our captain. Some of us do, some of us don't. But he makes a lot of safe passes. When he gets into space, he'll take an extra touch. Then Gyökeres now is offsides. The defense is closed. You know, the shift has been made. When Ethan came on, the game got faster. And that's what we need. You can't play slow against Liverpool. You cannot. Getting on MJ's good side was almost impossible. Yeah, it's true. That guy, just get him the ball, let him do his damage. As a must start, he's going to be up for it too. Yeah, man. And what we saw yesterday, right? What we saw yesterday was essentially a dream come true with that walkout. He couldn't believe. Eze could not believe what was happening. It's like he paused there for a second and like, bro, I'm really an Arsenal player. I'm really an Arsenal player in a team that can actually win the Premier League title wearing the number 10 shirt. Like Bergkamp wore this. Ozil wore this. Couldn't believe. He was in shock. Dream come true. And then Diamond, Premier League debut, 15 years old. Mad. Another dream come true at the Emirates yesterday. Darren said, at Sheldon, I give him credit for making the right subs yesterday, even though he was forced to. I like how Darren put the forced to in caps, because Arteta has stumbled into some great subs and rotation patterns. You know, like Moreno up front. That wasn't tactical. That was last resort. It was forced to because it's what Odegaard and Saka was injured. Let's see who starts the weekend. Now, I did like when Odegaard got injured. He didn't tinker with the team. He went straight to Ethan. Right? So I'll give him credit for that. As it starts, I'll outfly Arteta. This statement rings loud right here. If Gary, big up to Cooper in the building. Hope you had fun yesterday at the birthday parties, my bro. But if Gary is saying the F word, you know it's long when Gary is saying if he doesn't this. If Diamond didn't get to touch grass, then I'd be thinking we're going to win the league. What matters now is that Arteta is able to trust the squad when we play thrice a week. And here's the thing. If he is learning from his mistakes, fair play. And that's one of the criticisms that I've had for him, is that we're up 7-1 at home. on aggregate against PSV, and you're starting Sterling over Ethan, and that we're up 5-1 at the Bernabeu in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. And Ethan doesn't see the grass. No, I think those things matter to players. They remember that, and when you do things for players like that, you know, they run through a brick wall for you. Honestly, wouldn't I honestly would mind a Eze and Iniesta kind of role like a floating A10. I'm here for it. I am here for it, Dr. Stemo Butts. I just need Eze to be able to get the ball, turn with runners. When he gets the ball and he turns, he sees Gyökeres, he sees Madueke, and he sees someone else hauling ass towards the other goal. No more back passes and all that. Best defenses, MJ versus UNC coach. Is that Dean Smith? Or am I having a May on the name? Cooper said the longest day ever. They do drag, don't they? Big up to Sweet Cherry again. What's the expectation for the next match? Expected subs due to the last injury. So yeah, that's a good question. That depends on who he starts. So if he starts Eze in the 10, maybe Eze doesn't play a full 90, and that depends on how the game is going. This is a great question. This is a great question. Expected subs. Yeah, you might have stopped me with this one, Sweet Cherry. The back four will probably play a full. Well, now Saliba Gabriel will probably play a full 90. He might sub one of the fullbacks, Calafiori or Lewis Kelly. I think Timber might play a full 90. That's why he got hooked at 65 minutes so he could rest, recover. Lubamendi play a full 90. Declan play a full 90. Whoever he starts in the 10 may play a full 90. And the wingers will probably get some rotation. That depending on if he starts Martinelli or not. Because Martinelli, if he starts, he will be starts for his defensive prowess, not for what he does going forward. But yeah, big up to you, Sweet Cherry, and thank you for that question. That was a good one. You made me have to think there for a second. Kwaja is no fan of Mikhail. Neither is Dr. Seymour Butts. Arteta begrudgingly clapped when Gyökeres scored. This man is not enjoying Gyökeres' success. I didn't even see that. I was too busy trolling the United fans who all sent me, man did hair flicks, man did more hair flicks. And United, them man, they better win today. They better win. Because, I think I went for a Fulham 1-1. I think their lineup is out. We'll see what they're on. Because I am going to watch that game. What time is it? The game comes on. Yeah, man. Their lineup looks decent. I look at the Fulham lineup. Still no Smith Rowe in the starting lineup. Got Joshua King, an 18-year-old, taking Emerson Smith Rowe's spot at Fulham. Is that due to match fitness, or Smith Rowe is permanently down the pecking order? Come on, Iwobi. Let's do something. Don't forget where you came from, Alex. Need you to do Manchester United in today. Well, he's proven thus far. Let him prove it otherwise this season, or so we can see armpits in May. Facts. Your move, Mikhail. Cooper said yesterday proved that Odegaard needs to be benched. Slow tempo with Odegaard. When he came on and opened the game at much quicker tempo, and we're much more attack-minded. Yeah, when he's so deliberate with his movement with the ball at his feet. Odegaard looks like what a miss. Odegaard looks like he's deciding what to do with the ball, why the ball is at his feet. Like Ethan's mind is made up when the ball gets to him. So that if I get this ball, I'm going to run at this. Now, he might take it from me, but if I get by him, it's me in the grass towards the goal. And I like that mentality. You don't want your center back making mistakes, trying to break the lines, giving the ball away. Because then, you're further back, and that's a big chance created. That's almost an assist. What you want in a creative space, you want your attacking 10 to take risks. If you take 10 risks and you try to break the line 10 times, and you break the line 6 or 7 of those 10 times. Out of those 6 or 7, 10 times, 3 or 4 become a big chance. 1 or 2 become a goal. That's how football is played. Yeah. We should be sitting on 2 Premier League titles with Conte and the kind of money we spend. Facts. I think about this all the time. Even though I try to, because it annoys the shit out of me. It annoys the shit out of me when I think about, 3 failed tries. Big up the Quadra said 300 subs away from 2K. The road to 2K is on. Yeah, one day at a time. We build it as we fly. We build it as we fly, Quadra. I appreciate you, man. We signed Norgard and he picked up a knock. Yeah. He picked up a knock. Ben White, Havertz, and Saka all injured in the same week. Odegaard was so bad. Without Odegaard, we look better. Yeah, he was not great. Maybe the pressure is getting to him. Maybe he needs to. I think this will do him well. If he sits and he sees Eze and Ethan and Dalman out there doing attacking things, maybe when he comes back, he knows what he has to do to get his spot back. Go on the pitch and do some attacking things. Create chances for your striker. He's better at being 8 than in the 10s. If he moves left 8 and Eze in the 10, and you sit Zubimendi or Odegaard in that 6, Zubimendi or Declan in that 6, I'm here for it. Especially against the bottom feeder teams where we know we're going to have 68% possession of the ball. He's a central midfielder at best, needs to understand this. Now the manager thinks he is A10. Dr. Steve Moore, but his face was not happy seeing his team going into another direction, and he hates it. He's like losing control. That right there is a very good observation, my bro. Very good observation based on historical movements of this manager. Yeah. The team was built in this image based. Sky Sports report Mikel Arteta has a heavy hand in recruiting, or has had a heavy hand in recruiting over the past X amount of years. But that's what it is. So it's his team. He's built it. He wanted this guy. Now you're getting guys that you don't want. And then you're realizing that these guys are good. Now you can do 1 or 2 things. You can humble yourself, right? You can humble yourself and say, hey, man, you know what? I appreciate you getting this player for me. He's helping the team win. And he's putting us closer to a Premier League title. Or, you can be petty. You can be a petulant little child and just be like, I didn't want him. I'm not going to celebrate when he scores a goal and all this other stuff. Now, you can do 1 or 2 things, right? Because we support Arsenal Football Club. We can look past the manager. Because even I, and I think most of you in the chat would agree, even I, when Nadi Madueke signed, I was upset. I was like, what are we doing? We tried this formula how many times and it doesn't work. But then they will stop the clip there. They won't play a part of the clip when I actually went on to say, or I prefaced the comment by saying, on August 17th, when the season starts and Nani walks out at Old Trafford, I'm a Nani Madueke fan. I want to see him put Dallo on his ass and slap one in the right corner. Yesterday, I wanted him to put a couple of Leeds players on their ass and slap one in the right corner. Now, if he puts Kirkes on his ass next week at Anfield and slap one in the right corner, I'm here for it. He's an Arsenal player. I'm not going to abuse him. He is an Arsenal player now, so I am a fan. So you better run with it or run from it, Mikel. Pressure is a privilege. Darren, just imagine when Eze starts balling out, another one of his sons getting benched forever. Ethan, Dalman, MLS also getting in. That's starting to look like yeah. It is starting to look exciting going forward. So yeah, it is, man. Imagine Calafiore starting and Mo Salah sits him down on the ground. And this is one of the reasons why I think Martinelli may start. I think Martinelli may start at Anfield so he can, track back and help out Skelly and help out Ricardo. But I do like the new look going forward. Cooper said, how can you replace Odegaard with Eze or Neri if they play better in the 10? Questions need to be asked. Yep. But then, like Darren said, he's forced to now that Odegaard is injured. He has 3 options in the 10. Because we're not panicking, right? I don't sense any panic in the fan base. Normally, Saka gets injured, we're in full blown panic. 2 seasons ago, if Odegaard got like when he got injured on international duty with his toe, the fans were panicking. Well, we still went to Tottenham away and won 1-0 without him. Gabriel header. But I don't sense the panic around the fan base anymore because we actually, if you look in that 10 role in that creative space, we have 3 options. 3 pretty good ones. I think someone put in the comment section of yesterday's chat when Waffle Down made a comment. Someone actually put in the comment section and said the depth chart at the number 10 creative space could really now read Eze, the first choice, second choice Ethan, third choice Dalman, fourth choice Odegaard. And I thought about it and I was like, I think it was Alvin or Never a Pen. I was like, bro, you're onto something here. You're right. Because in every cameo that they've made, they've actually looked better. Pick up the DG2, breaking news, Saka and Odegaard, not serious at first. We could be available for the Liverpool game. Gary Jacobs at 3:33. Arteta's a good poker player now. They might be lying. But I don't want to see either of them play at Anfield. Because they don't have to, because we have cover, hence why the fan base is not panicking. Right? In the 10, Eze, Dalman, or Odegaard. There's no panic. There's cover there. Madueke, back up for Saka, right? Like Cooper said in the chat, Madueke played well yesterday. Wasn't great on the left, but he wasn't terrible. But on the right, where he's better than he is on the left, he did okay. Now the question is, who does he play at left wing? But he has options. You can play Martinelli there for his defensive work rate. He can play Eze out there and that. Because if you play Eze on the left wing, Ethan in the 10, Madueke on the right, Gyökeres, I think you give Liverpool problems. You give him a lot of questions. And you Madueke would be fine because he's simply better than Martinelli and Trossard. And this is yesterday when Trossard came on as a sub. That's when he's at his best. I see Trossard megging and doing big diagonal switches. And if Dalman had scored that goal that came from that diagonal switch that Trossard begged that number 8 for Leeds, that would have been the goal of the season so far. Where the idea came from that Arteta is good losing ballers. He's a young buck in the game. He is. He is. Talent ID is a thing. Yeah, he wasn't terrible. So good for him. I don't know who's gonna be Kirkes is having issues at left back. I don't know who Liverpool is playing at right back. Frimpong is out with injury. Don't know if he'll be back for that game. We'll see. That doesn't mean he'll be successful against Liverpool. True. But I don't opt to sign Saffron Madueke. The chef demanded the ingredient, make Michelin star food now. I hear it. Read that out earlier because it's in all caps and it's breaking news that was relevant to the conversation at the time. Big up the DG2. Odegaard injury is good for him. He looks like he needs time out of the spotlight. I hear that. Boy 10 on fire today, Top comments. Good for Arteta because he's forced to play someone else. Good for all of us. It's a win-win, right? I see someone use the Havertz injury as a win-win. Yeah, Odegaard going down. Yeah, take some time, man. Take some time and reflect. We all need some time out the spotlight, right? Anyone in here ever heard of the funnel of death? Okay, story time. Story time for BBK. Whenever we used to line up and breach doors, right? You have to kick in the door. If you're in a squad of 8 to 10 people, right, and you kick in the door, boom, and you go to clear a room. You don't want the same guy at the front clearing the room every house you clear. Because normally the first person who kicks in the door is the first one to get, you know what I'm saying, to get. So that guy is stressed. So we usually rotate who kicks the door in. You take that guy out the spotlight. Now, some guys are just crazy and just love it. They just love the thrill. But I think, Odegaard getting out the spotlight for a little bit, especially when he sees the other guys cook, that would force him to raise his game, light a fire up his ass. What can we say about Timber? Question. Right back in the Prem. So, brother, on yesterday's stream, I said with chest, I didn't use these words, but I've actually said this before yesterday's game. To be fair to myself, I don't usually prop up Arsenal players, but even with Trent in the league, I said, brother, there aren't too many right backs I'm taking over Timber. I'm not good with that guy. He's good on the ball. He can defend. He loves to defend, and he's fearless. He's strong. I just hope he stays fit, man. I hope he stays fit all of this season because I'm here for it. Madueke on the right, Martinelli on the left, Eze in the 10. That's probably what he's going to go with, to be fair, Kwaja. Probably what he's going to go with is Madueke. Rotation for Saka, starting left winger. Rotation for Saka. Now you get to give Martinelli's minutes, keep him happy. He just don't want to be sitting on the bench the entire time. So opportunity presents itself throughout the season for him to get minutes. This is an opportunity. Now he needs to be motivated. Now you see that your spot is under threat. Rise. You're making 3 times the amount as Madueke anyway. I think Madueke is on less than 60 or around 60. Martinelli is on 180. So rise. So he will take your spot. No one's going to cry for you. You brought this upon yourself. You rise. I think that's what he will go with, Kwaja. I told them heretics about Timber. He's fearless, man. He's a baller. But then what they said, I think right back is one of our strongest positions in the team. I'm good with our right back option. We're strong there. Benny Blanco, between 2022 and 2024, Benny Blanco was up there with the top right. I don't think you could name 4 right backs, better than Benny. Stop all that. Timber's ascending. Timber is easily respected, but on a stone second. Yeah, I hear that, man. Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here for it. Give that boy his flowers. He was the first person I picked in my FPL too. Imagine we go to Anfield and keep a clean sheet. Be going into match week 4 after an international break with no goals conceded. Whatever the state on injury comes, Liverpool, no pressure to start. Odi or Saka keeps the squad. Yeah, facts. Big fact, Sheldon. Frimpong out until international break with a hamstring issue. That's the adapting to the Premier League tax. DG2 breaking news. Second, okay, read that one out. Big up to DG2 for the news, man. Appreciate you keeping us abreast. I don't think Frimpong has proven himself in it, and that's a fair shout. Yeah, he hasn't played a full game of football. Hasn't, yeah. But we have to apply that same tax to Wirtz, I guess. Because he's brand new as well, coming from that league. Cooper says but he looked deadly in the preseason. He's quick, isn't he? He is quick. Odegaard has quality, but he needs to watch Eze and whenever run this team for a bit and compare with his own film of the last 18 months. Yeah. Facts. Hear that? I hear that shout. 100,000%. Big up to football locker room banter. Kwaja, if you're still in the building, Kwaja, could you put football's locker room banter in the chat? Big him up every single time. I don't rate him as a defender, and no, not him. No, he's not proven. Yeah, he hasn't completed 90 minutes of football. So we'll get top of the league. We are top of the league. Yeah. You're hearing Odegaard might start against Liverpool makes me nervous. He better not. He can't do that. This would be criminal. This is negligent behavior. And then what happens when he pulls up again? And if you're Gravenberch, if you're McAllister, and if you're Szoboszlai, who I hear is Szoboszlai may play right back, or if you're Van Dijk and Odegaard is running towards you and he's got an injured shoulder, you pop him. You imagine Van Dijk lowering his shoulder and running into Odegaard like that with his makeshift shoulder. He's going to fall the hell over. Oh, man. Need to see Eze in the 10, yo, bro. I'm here for it. I'm here for it, man. Finally got one. Finally someone in the number 10 shirt with that can give us, what we need out the damn 10. You know what I'm saying? And we're here for it. We've seen Eze under pressure before, but not at this level. But we've seen him under pressure, and he delivered a trophy to Palace for the first time. Odegaard makes poor attacking decisions. He does, especially in the transition. He seems to be ignoring Gyökeres and chooses to pass to Saka religiously. That's a hard habit to break. He's been doing that for 3-4 years, isn't it? So it's very difficult for him to break bad habits. So yeah. Aaron is cooking this morning, you know. As soon as he came off, we improved. As the end of 10, Liverpool can't wait. Yeah, it's gonna be the build up to that match, yeah. You know, the Liverpool fans, they were in here earlier. Chris Welch, Anfield the Red. Yeah, I get the feeling they will be in here quite often leading up to the game, and then it's up to us to decide if they. When I say us, I mean Arsenal Football Club will decide how they return to the chat Sunday evening, Sunday night, or Monday morning. But yeah, we're very excited about Eze, man. He drastically improves our starting 11, and the man them who were starting now becomes depth. Odegaard plays crap football, passes either back or side, forward. Even Zubimendi passes the ball forward quite often. You know, Zubi gets the ball, looks forward, bang. Even Calafiori saw a space, saw Gyökeres, knocked the ball into the space. Over the top, into the space, striker, go do something. Because we're going to be honest, and this is not a dig at Havertz, but he doesn't score that goal. Havertz chases that ball down, immediately turns his back to the goal, and passes it back to either Calafiori or Declan Rice on that side. He is not looking in the space in the box. Let me get in the box. I'm not passing this. I'm a DIY. I'm gonna do it. Do it yourself goals. You know. There is the link for Football Locker Room, people. Big up to Why Not in the building. Appreciate you checking in, my bro. Big up to Kwaja. The Assembled is with us. Big up to the Assembled every single time. Oh dear, not Odegaard. Start Glock and Eze would get a 10-game run unimpeded by the scrub Teta. I think Gyökeres is going to look at Eze when Eze comes in the squad because he knows who Eze is, isn't it? He knows that Eze is that guy. And he's going to be looking at Eze and be like, brother, when we turn the teams over, because you know what Decker's, the second goal, if you go back and look at the second goal, it was Zubimendi the Timber, the Saka goal. But look at number 41 in the build-up to that goal. It was 41 who chased down and forced that damn Leeds player to hurry his pass. Zubimendi intercepted it. One quick pass to Timber. Timber didn't even hesitate. Saka, bang. It was 3 passes. Declan made him force a pass. Zubimendi intercepted it. Passed it to Timber. Timber passes it to Saka. Bang. Goal. So whenever we turn teams over, when Declan is doing that, instead of trying to create going forward, when Declan is breaking up play, look for Gyökeres to just take off. Break up the play, get the ball to Zubimendi or Eze, just take off. Stay on side and take off. You'll be through on goal, especially against the Liverpool side that plays high. I'm here for it. 19 likes. Yes, I can appreciate that. 21 watching. Big up to every single one of you in here. Cooper, I thought we looked much more balanced after Odegaard came off. We're building on the right side. We weren't building on the right side. Our attack wasn't like we have a flat tire. Hear it? Everyone playing in that position does what Odegaard does, though. Onieri is mostly passing to the right wing. Eze will go Maverick. Arteta will hopefully realize he's been wrong. And the thing is that Eze don't even have to pass. Eze can drop his shoulder and just glide past you. He's very good at that. And when I really like players who can drop their shoulder and go past you, because what it does is it forces defenders to have to cheat. It pulls people out of position, because where Eze will pick the ball up in the center of the pitch, when he goes past his block, the 2 center backs that's being occupied by Gyökeres have a decision to make. Do we run with Gyökeres, because now you create space for Eze to run into, or do you get dragged out of position and go to close down the men that Eze just dribbled past? He has to cheat. You have a decision to make. Now you come past Eze, now you have Gyökeres one-on-one with the defender. Bully. The boy is strong. Vic is strong. Boy has some strength on him. That's why Dillit was damn near on his back, bear hugging him at Man United. You know? Yes, good sir, BBK. Welcome settings, blessings, love and kindness, manners and respect every single time. See it? Yes, sir. Yeah, but that's what it is, man. I think Gyökeres is gonna appreciate at a whole nother level a player like Eze that can get him the ball where he likes it. I think Sheldon yesterday was saying that that goal that we scored against the goal that Gyökeres scored, his first goal, the goal that opened his Arsenal account. He's done that against Sporting Lisbon many, many times. Just get the ball and create a chance for himself. Calafiori got an assist for that, just knocking the ball into space. Pick up the LFC monster. Looking forward to the Anfield, bro. It's looking long. We're excited for it. Man got the ball and created a goal for himself. I'm not sure. And Havertz isn't doing that. Maybe Jesus can do that with skill, but not with the strength. And this I'm just gonna run in the box. I'm gonna give myself a chance at this goal. Big up to him, man. Can you name me the players in the squad that can actually read the game and not just play? I think Timber reads the game well. And that's the thing, though, right? This shouldn't even be a question at this level because the game is played up here. You develop all the skills that you need in the academy when you're young to play football. When you get to the highest level, you read the game up here and just play it. Yeah. But yeah, smart, high IQ footballers. Like Burkamp and them, man. It shows, though. You know what I always say? Like players who, if you ever seen a player that constantly gets caught on the ball, their football IQ is low, especially in the middle of the park. If you're always getting caught on the ball, it's because you're taking too long. And why do you take too long? Because you haven't made your mind up where the ball should go before you receive it. That's why David Silva was so effective. He wasn't strong. He wasn't fast. He was big. But because he played the game 2 steps ahead, he always looked like he had time and space on the ball. Because he was playing the game. He was playing a cerebral game. Even Sergio Busquets plays the game up here. Fabian Ruiz plays the game up here. And it works. You know the smart players always look like they have time and space on the ball. Did you see the Arteta space saying Odegaard and Saka might be out like he's forgotten we have a bigger squad now? Relax, man. Just do the right thing and play Eze in the 10. Oi. Do it. Kanate loves to wrestle. Gyökeres could meet his match. I hear it. It does bother him. I hated that we had Man United the first game of the season because Amorim coached him for a long period of time and knows what his strengths, knows what his weaknesses are. And he kind of nullified him at Old Trafford. So because it was the first game of the season, he gave the rest of the league some film and blueprint on how you can slow him down. And if you're Calafiori, you realize that. Just what do you do? Knock the ball into space. You can't go grab him out there. Any defender that ran out wide and grabbed onto Gyökeres would have picked up a card. So the space was vacated. Knock it into the space. Now he's running with the ball. That's how you combat that. Yeah, big boy tactics. LFC monster bigging up. He assembled Saka, Saliba, Zubi by the end of the season once they're familiar with the league. I would say rise defensively. Yeah, I'd add Timber into that as well. He rarely ever gets caught out. And that's when you really ever get caught out, that's usually someone who is thinking of the game, reading the game well, positioning yourself. Gyökeres' first goal was a DIY goal, bro. Do it yourself. I'm gonna go pick the ball up wide, run into the box, and bang. Xavi was making passing decisions 12 steps ahead of anyone, most Saliba midfield ever. Yeah, always looked like he had forever on the ball. Like how? Why? Because I know when this player gets dragged out of position, I am going to have space here. Everton beating Brighton. Interesting. I thought Brighton would beat them. I think Everton would beat them. First game in the new stadium, the occasion, kind of like, the Sunderland at home. The newly promoted side against West Ham. First Premier League game from the Stadium of Light in like what 8, 9 years. The occasion was big, definitely big. Be interesting if Gyökeres sticks on VVD or Kanate. I think he should stand directly in between both of them. Man, big up to LFC Monster, man, every single time. Oh yeah, I forgot Timothy. We definitely reads the game. Yeah, hardly ever gets caught now. Calafiori. Calafiori, on the other hand, brother, that brother be out of position a couple of times. I don't know if that's instruction, and because he has played well and he has started um the past 2 games, scored 2 assists. I think he will start at Anfield, and because he starts, I don't think he can handle Mo Salah. And I think Martinelli will play. What time we got? We got 8:13. Yeah, people. I'm going to watch the Man United game because I know a couple of Man United fans that I have to stream with later. But at 6:30 p.m., I will be on Waffle Don's channel on the Five Guns podcast. And at 9 p.m., I will be on with Aaron Talks Arsenal. Big up to Aaron every single time. Went over an hour. I was supposed to be on for just an hour and 12 minutes because I have to read out these chats. I have to engage with you football connoisseurs. Big up to every single one of you, man, that checked in and showed love to the channel. Please hit the like if you haven't already on the way out, and make sure we all stay connected. And stay connected, guys. Like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.